Hello, and welcome back to Speak English Unleashed. This is Paul. Today, I'll be your voice, your guide, and your practice partner. You can listen, shadow, and repeat with me slowly and naturally. Take your time. Pause anytime. Replay if you need. You're here to practice speaking, not to be perfect. So, relax. You're doing great already. All right. Let's start. It's morning. The sun is rising. The sky is soft and orange. Light touches the window. I open my eyes slowly. I feel a little sleepy. The alarm rings. It's loud. I turn it off. I take a deep breath. I stretch my arms. I stretch my legs. I sit up in bed. I yawn. Say it with me. I wake up slowly. I stretch my arms. Good. One more time. I stretch my arms. Nice job. Outside, I hear birds. They are singing. I walk to the window. I open it gently. Cool air comes in. It feels fresh on my face. I smile a little. I whisper, "It's a new day. Try it. It's a new day." Good. I see my neighbor outside. He's watering his plants. He waves and says, "Good morning." I wave back and say, "Good morning." His dog barks once, then sits down. It looks funny and calm. The street is waking up. Children walk to school. Some walk slowly. Some run and laugh. A woman carries a baby. The baby holds a small toy. A man rides a bike fast. He wears a yellow jacket. The street feels alive. It's busy, but peaceful. Now, I walk to the bathroom. The floor feels cold. I turn on the light. I look in the mirror. My hair looks messy. I laugh a little. I brush my teeth. Up and down. Left and right. The water is cool. I rinse my mouth. I feel fresh. Say this. I brush my teeth. I feel fresh. Great. Keep going. In the kitchen, I smell coffee. My sister is pouring 2 cups, one for her, one for Dad. My brother is singing in the shower. He sings loudly every morning. It makes me laugh. Mom is making breakfast. She cooks eggs and toasts bread. Dad reads the newspaper and drinks coffee. The table is small but full. Eggs, toast, fruit, butter, and tea. We sit together. We talk. We laugh. My little brother spills his juice. We all say, "Oh no." Then we laugh again. It's a warm, simple morning. That's family. After breakfast, I take my plate to the sink. I wash it with soap. The water is warm. I dry my hands. I check the clock. Almost 8. Time to go. I pack my bag. Notebook, pen, snack, water bottle. I zip it up. I put on my socks. I tie my shoes. I wear my jacket. I'm ready. I say goodbye to my family. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. My sister calls. Don't forget your lunch. I smile. Thanks. I open the door. The street is bright. The air is cool. Leaves move in the wind. I take a deep breath. I walk to the bus stop. On the way, I see my neighbor again. This time, he's walking his dog. The dog wags its tail. A little girl waves at me. I wave back. 2 students walk ahead. They talk and laugh. One carries a big backpack. A man rides a bike and rings his bell. He smiles as he passes. A delivery truck drives by. It makes a loud sound. Then it stops at a house. The driver lifts a box. Life moves everywhere. The morning feels alive. At the bus stop, a few people are waiting. A woman talks on her phone. An old man reads the newspaper. A teenager listens to music. His head moves with the beat. I check the time. Still a few minutes. I look around. Green trees, birds flying from branch to branch. A cat sleeps under the bench. Then I hear the bus coming. It's close. The doors open. I step inside. "Good morning," I say. The driver nods and smiles. I tap my card and walk to the back. I find a seat. By the window, I sit down. I place my bag on my lap. The bus moves slowly through the town. Outside, I see people walking. I see cars stop at red lights. I see a bakery. People buy fresh bread. I see a man sweeping the sidewalk. A child waves from a window. I smile and wave back. The bus crosses a small bridge. I see water below. It's calm. Ducks swim slowly. I take a deep breath. The bus is warm. The seat is soft. The world feels peaceful. I check the next stop. It's mine. I press the button. Ding. The bus slows down. I stand up. I hold my bag. I smile at the driver. "Thank you," he says. "Have a nice day." I step off the bus. Cool air touches my face again. I walk to my building. It's tall and gray, but bright inside. I see my coworker, Sarah, at the door. She smiles. "Morning." I say, "Good morning." We walk in together. The day begins. Pause here for a second. Take a deep breath. You've done great so far. You're following, you're shadowing, you're speaking. That's real practice. Let's keep going in the next part, when the workday starts. Ready? Inside the office, the lights are soft. The room feels calm. Some people are already typing. Some are talking quietly. I walk to my desk. I take off my jacket. I hang it on my chair. I put my bag down. I sit and take a deep breath. The day begins. I turn on my computer. The screen lights up. I hear a soft sound. I type my password. I check my emails. There are a few new ones. One is from my manager. She says, "Please send the report." Another is from a client. He asks for more information. I read carefully. I start to reply. I write slowly. I check my spelling. Then I press send. Click, done. I smile a little. Say it with me. I check my emails. I send a reply. Nice work. My coworker John walks by. He's holding a cup of coffee. He says, "Big day today." I smile. "Yeah, a lot to do." He laughs and keeps walking. I open my notebook. I look at my to-do list. It's long, but clear. I decide to start with the report. I open the file. I read the first line. I fix a small mistake. Then I add more details. I type slowly and carefully. The office is quiet. Just the sound of keyboards. I finish the report and send it. A few minutes later, my manager replies, "Great work." "Thank you." I feel happy. You can say it too. I feel happy. I did a good job. At 10:30, it's break time. I stand up and stretch my arms. My back feels better. I walk to the small kitchen. The smell of coffee fills the room. Sarah is already there. She's pouring 2 cups. She offers one to me. "Thanks," I say. Jane comes in with a plate of cookies. She says, I baked them last night. We all say, yum. The cookies smell like chocolate. We sit together at the table. We talk about movies. Sarah says. She watched a funny film. Jane laughs. John joins us. He eats a banana and tells a joke. Everyone laughs. The room feels light and happy. After 15 minutes, we clean up. I wash my cup. I dry my hands. We go back to our desks. The clock shows 10:50. Still more work to do. I make a phone call. A client answers. She has a question. I listen carefully. I speak slowly. I help her fix the problem. She says, "Thank you very much." I say, "You're welcome." I write some notes. I organize my files. I check my calendar. There's a meeting at noon. I read the agenda. I prepare one question. I feel ready. At 12 o'clock, we meet in the big room. 6 people sit around the table. Our manager smiles. She talks about goals. She explains a new project. We listen carefully. I take notes. John asks a question. Sarah gives an idea. Jane writes on the whiteboard. I share my thoughts too. Our manager says, "Good teamwork." We all smile. The meeting ends. Now it's lunchtime. My stomach feels empty. I stand up and stretch again. I take my lunch from my bag. I walk to the break room. The lights are bright. The room smells like food. Someone is heating soup. Another person is peeling an orange. I sit at the table. Sarah sits across from me. She has a sandwich. Jane joins us with rice and chicken. I open my lunchbox. I have pasta with tomato sauce. It smells good. I also have a small salad. John walks in. He says, "I forgot my fork." We laugh. Jane gives him an extra one. He says, "You saved my life." We all smile. We begin to eat. The food tastes great. The pasta is warm. The salad is crunchy. I drink some water. It feels fresh. Sarah tells a story about her weekend. She went to a concert. The music was loud but amazing, she says. Jane asks, "Who was the band?" Sarah says, "River Sound." John says, "I love that band." We all start talking about our favorite songs. Everyone laughs and smiles. The break room feels like a small family. After lunch, we clean up. I wash my container. I wipe the table. John says, "Back to work." We all laugh again. I check my phone. There's a message from my sister. She says, "Don't forget to call Grandma." I text back, "Thanks, I will." Before returning to work, I go outside for a short walk. The sun is bright. The sky is clear. A light breeze touches my face. There's a small park near the office. I walk there slowly. I see 2 kids playing with a ball. Their father watches them with a smile. I sit on a bench. I feel the warm sun on my skin. Birds fly above the trees. A woman walks her dog. The dog sniffs the grass. A man sits under a tree and reads a book. Everything feels calm. I close my eyes for a moment. I breathe deeply. The air smells like flowers. I feel quiet inside, peaceful. I check the time. It's 1:25. Time to go back. I stand up. I walk slowly to the building. Inside, people are already working. The room is calm. I sit at my desk again. The lights are soft. The office feels steady. I open my notebook. I check my list. Still a few tasks left. I smile. Okay, let's do this. Say it with me. Let's do this. Good. You're doing amazing. You're listening. You're repeating. You're staying with the story. That's how your English grows. Small steps, steady rhythm. The office is quiet again. Everyone is focused. The sound of typing fills the room. I open a new document. It's part of the new project. I read the first paragraph. I fix a few small mistakes. I add a short note. I type slowly. The words look clear on the screen. I take a sip of water. The bottle is next to my keyboard. The water is cool and refreshing. John walks by. He says, "Do you want a snack?" I smile. "What do you have?" He shows me a small chocolate bar. I laugh. "Okay, just one piece." He smiles. "No problem." Then he walks away. I take a small bite. It tastes sweet and nice. I feel awake again. I look at my screen. I keep working. I finish the paragraph. I save the file. Click, saved. Then my phone rings. It's a client. I answer politely. She speaks slowly. She needs help. I listen carefully. I write notes in my small pad. She asks a question. I look at the file. I say, "Please wait one moment." She says, "Sure." I check the document. I find the answer. I explain it clearly. She says, "Thank you very much." I smile. "You're welcome." We end the call. I take a deep breath. I feel good. I check my emails again. One is from my manager. She asks for an update. I write back, "The report is ready." She replies, "Great job." I smile again. It feels nice when someone says that. Say it with me. Great job. Good. Say it one more time. Great job. Perfect. Now it's afternoon. The sun outside is still bright. I clean my desk. I put away my pens. I throw away old papers. I wipe the surface with a tissue. It looks neat and fresh. I check tomorrow's calendar. There's one meeting in the morning. I write it down. I stretch my back. I roll my shoulders. It feels nice. Sarah walks in. She says, "Tired?" I smile. "A little." She laughs. "Almost done." I nod. "Yes, almost." The clock shows 4:45. The workday is ending soon. I finish one last task. I organize my folders. I close all open files. I check my email one last time. No new messages. I shut down my computer. The screen goes dark. I stand up and stretch again. I feel a bit tired but calm. John waves. "Bye, Paul." I wave back. "See you tomorrow." Sarah says, "Take care." I smile. "You too." I grab my bag. I put on my jacket. I turn off my desk lamp. I walk to the door. Outside, the air feels cool. The sun is lower now. The sky turns soft and orange. Clouds move slowly. People walk down the street. Some talk on the phone. Some walk quietly. Everyone is going home. I walk slowly to the bus stop. A man rides a scooter. A woman carries shopping bags. She looks tired but peaceful. A child runs to his mother. He laughs loudly. A dog barks near the corner. Its owner pets its head. The dog's tail wags happily. At the bus stop, a few people wait. An old man sits on a bench. He holds a walking stick. A young girl listens to music. She hums softly. Two friends chat and laugh. I stand nearby. I look at the sky. It's getting darker. Then the bus comes. The doors open with a hiss. I step inside. "Good evening," I say. The driver smiles and nods. I tap my card. I walk to the back. I find a seat by the window. I sit down. I take a deep breath. The bus starts moving. The city passes by slowly. Lights turn on in shops. I see a bakery. People are buying bread and cakes. A boy holds a chocolate cookie. Next, we pass a flower shop. Buckets full of red, yellow, and white flowers. They look bright and fresh. A man sells fruit on the corner: apples, bananas, oranges. He smiles at each customer. The bus stops at a red light. I look up at the sky. It's darker now. Street lights glow softly. The bus moves again. I feel calm. The rhythm of the bus feels steady. People talk quietly. One woman reads a book. A man checks his phone. I look outside again. The world feels slower now. Peaceful. I reach my stop. I press the button. The bell rings. The bus slows down and stops. I stand up. I hold my bag. I smile. "Thank you." The driver says, "Take care." I nod and step off. Outside, the air feels cool again. The street is quiet. Houses stand side by side. Some windows are lit. A cat sits on a fence, watching. I walk home slowly. I take out my keys. I open the door. I step inside. Warm light fills the room. I take off my shoes. I say softly, "I'm home." You've done great following this far. You've shadowed full sentences. You've stayed in rhythm. That's how your fluency grows slowly, naturally, every time you speak. In the next part, we'll go through the cozy evening at home, family, dinner, and quiet moments before sleep. The house feels warm and calm. I smell food from the kitchen. It smells like rice and garlic. My sister is cutting vegetables. Steam rises from the pot. She looks up and smiles. "Dinner soon." I smile back. My mom is folding clothes in the living room. She says, "Welcome back." I say, "Thanks, I'm tired." She nods kindly. My little brother runs to me. "Look at my drawing," he says. I laugh. "Wow, that's beautiful." He grins proudly. I put my bag in my room. I wash my hands. The water feels cool and clean. I walk to the kitchen again. The light is warm. My sister hums softly while stirring the pot. Mom sets the table: 5 plates, forks, spoons, and napkins. She lights a small candle in the center. The light flickers gently. Dad comes in from the garden. There's soil on his hands. "The flowers are growing fast," he says. He washes his hands and dries them on a towel. Then he kisses Mom on the cheek. She smiles. My little brother brings his toy bear and says, "Can my bear sit too?" We all laugh. Mom says, "Okay, just for tonight." My older brother comes in next. He looks tired but happy. He drinks a glass of water. Then he sits down. The food is ready. We all sit at the table. Dinner smells wonderful. Rice, chicken, and salad. There's also bread and yogurt. Dad starts talking about his day. "It was busy," he says, "but I finished early." Mom tells us about the neighbors. My sister shares a funny story. She found a lost dog and helped it get home. "It followed me for 3 blocks, she says. We all laugh. My little brother drops rice on the floor. He says, "Oops." We help him clean it. No one gets angry. We just smile. The table feels full of love. Say this with me. I eat dinner with my family. Good. One more time. I eat dinner with my family. Perfect. After dinner, we clean up together. I wash the plates. My sister dries them. My brother puts them away. Dad makes tea for everyone. He adds sugar to Mom's cup. She likes it sweet. I take mine plain. My brother drinks milk instead. We sit in the living room. The TV plays soft music. The light is low. It feels cozy. Mom sits in her favorite chair, reading a book. Dad checks the weather on his phone. It might rain tomorrow, he says. My sister plays with her cat. The cat jumps, runs, then hides in a box. We laugh. The cat meows softly. I call my grandmother. She lives in another city. She answers quickly. Her voice is warm and gentle. I was just thinking of you, she says. I smile. We talk for 10 minutes. She tells me about her garden. The tomatoes are big this year, she says. I tell her about work. She says, I'm proud of you. I feel happy. I say, thank you, Grandma. Say it with me. I feel happy. I feel loved. Nice job. After the call, I go outside for a short evening walk. The street is quiet. My neighbor is watering his flowers again. He waves, beautiful evening, isn't it? I say, yes, very peaceful. A few kids ride their bikes. Their mother watches them and smiles. The sky is dark blue now. Streetlights glow softly. I take a deep breath. The air feels cool and light. I feel calm. I walk back home. The windows shine with warm light. I open the door. My sister is watching a movie on the floor, wrapped in a blanket. The cat sleeps beside her. Mom puts away the teacups and wipes the table. Dad reads in his chair, wearing glasses. My little brother brushes his teeth. Then he comes to me and says, "Can you read me a story?" I nod. Yes, let's go. We walk to his room. His bed is small and soft. I sit beside him. He pulls the blanket over his legs. I open a book. It's about a bird that flies around the world. I read slowly. He listens with wide eyes. Then he yawns. I say softly, "Good night." He whispers, "Good night. Thank you." I smile. I turn off the light. He falls asleep. I go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. The water feels cool and clean. I look in the mirror. I feel peaceful. My sister laughs quietly in the living room. The cat's tail moves slowly. Mom walks in with a blanket. She covers my brother and kisses his forehead. She whispers, "Sweet dreams." Dad turns off his lamp. He stretches and walks to the kitchen for one last glass of water. "Good night, everyone," he says. We all answer, "Good night." I walk to my room. It's dark and quiet. I turn on a small lamp. I check my phone. There's one message from a friend. It says, "Sleep well." I smile and reply, "You too." I write one line in my notebook. Just one. Today was a peaceful day. I close the notebook. I stretch my arms. I close the window. The night air is cool. I lie down in bed. The pillow is soft. The blanket is warm. I turn off the light. I close my eyes. Outside, the world is calm. A dog barks in the distance. A car passes slowly. The trees move gently in the wind. The city is resting. The sky is dark. The stars are bright. The moon shines softly. Everything feels safe. Everything feels still. I take a deep breath. I feel thankful. I feel ready for tomorrow. Say it with me. Good night, world. Good night, everyone. Now, pause for a moment. You've just finished 1 full hour of English listening and shadowing. You listened. You spoke. You stayed with the rhythm. That's real progress. Be proud of yourself. This is how your English grows, not by speed, but by practice, patience, and small steps every day. I'm Paul, and this is Speak English Unleashed. Keep shadowing, keep believing, and keep going. Good night, my friend. See you next time.